Hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Corner Kicks. Rob Wong, joined alongside by national soccer columnist Derek Van Diest, who is in Qatar for the FIFA World Cup. And Derek, Canada's World Cup journey officially coming to an end after their loss to Morocco. Coming into the tournament, I think there were people that thought this could be the game where Canada would get a result, but it was not meant to be. What went wrong for Canada in their final game?
Well, they started off on the wrong foot. They literally gave a goal away to Morocco 2 minutes into the game. Milan Borjan, goalkeeper, it was a terrible blunder. He literally gave the ball to an opponent. The opponent kicked it over his head. It's in the back of the net, and already you're starting down 1-0. But I thought after that, Canada was rattled for a little bit. They were really on the back foot for a little bit. But I think after about 10, 15 minutes, they kind of settled into the game. Morocco got a second goal. But I thought Canada was great. They went back. They got a goal, an own goal, and then Atiba Hutchinson came literally within inches of scoring in the second half off a corner kick. The ball came down and hit the back of the goal line. So it was so close to getting that 2-2 goal. But I just think there was times where Canada really looked overwhelmed by the moment. We knew they were going to come in here. We knew they didn't know kind of what to expect. You can always think what you're gonna see at a World Cup, but until you've actually been here, until you've actually experienced one, until you've actually played in these massive stadiums in front of these massive fans or this huge group of fans, you don't really know what it's like. And I think there was times where Canada just seemed a little bit overwhelmed, but that comes with the experience factor. That's why it's important to come to multiple World Cups before you can really compete at one. I think it was 36 years since they were here, so I think they could take a lot away from this World Cup. That they did a lot of good things, but I think it's just a matter of building on those good things for the next one, which they'll qualify for automatically. And then the one after that, and the one after that, and the one. It just takes a long time, but I think they set a good foundation here in Qatar.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of young players on this squad that will be there in 2026 when Canada is one of the hosts, of course. But there are some older players on this team. Atiba Hutchinson, like you mentioned, Milan Borjan, another. What do you think the future holds for those two gentlemen?
Well, we talked to both of them after the game, and they were both very proud of the group. They were both proud of what the group could accomplish, and they came out and they said that they were happy the way they played the games. They didn't sit back and defend the whole game. They went out. They tried to take the game to Belgium. Well, they did take the game to Belgium and just were not able to score. They thought they played well against Croatia. They thought they played well enough to at least get a result against Morocco. But the future of this program lies in the youth, in the guys like Tejan Buchanan and guys like Ismail Comey, like those young players, Alphonso Davies, Jonathan David. So there's a good group of young players coming up, and this older group of veterans kind of steered them in the right direction. I think we've seen the last of Atiba Hutchinson in a Canadian jersey. Had that goal gone in, I'm pretty sure he would have said, okay, I'm out. End his career with a World Cup goal. It would have been so fitting for him. He played in his 101st game for Canada yesterday, so it would have been fitting for him. We asked him about it after the game. He said he wasn't sure. He's going to have to take time and just talk to his family and see where he wants to go. But it was so deserving for a guy like him who'd served the program for so long, 20 years with that jersey on, and there's some lean years during those times. So it's kind of fitting for him to kind of get a chance to play this World Cup. It would have been fantastic for him to score in it. It just came within inches. But yeah, you got to wonder now whether or not there's going to be a new generation of younger players coming through 4 years from now when Canada hosts the World Cup.
And finally, as we look a little bit off the field, if you will, John Herdman, is under contract until 2026. Many wondering what the future may hold for him. There's been some, interesting comments in the media that people have been trying to decipher. But from what you've been able to parse, what do you think is going to happen with John Herdman between now and 2026?
Well, Canada Soccer wants to keep him around. I think he has to be commended for the job he's done to get the team here. I think he's done more for this program and more for the women's program than anyone else has. So I think he has to be commended for ending that World Cup drought. I think he believed when no one else believed, not even the players, that they could get here. He convinced everyone that, yes, they could get here. That's something that Milan Borjan was talking about yesterday. What happens with him now, I'm not sure, because this was going to be an audition for John Herdman, because a lot of people thought, okay, he's done so well to get the team here. Let's see what he can do when he gets here. And like everyone else, he was just learning along the way. He admitted he made a mistake with his comments towards Croatia. He may have got his tactics wrong against Croatia. He may have got his tactics a little wrong against Morocco. But that's just a situation where you have to learn from it. And whether or not John Herdman gets an offer from somewhere else and that trumps Canada's offer that he has for the next 4 years, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But I think he's going to take some time and kind of look at everything. John Herdman is a guy that likes to study everything. He's going to look at everything and see where he could have gone. Things could have gone better, where they could have improved, and what they did well. And I think everyone's going to kind of do that as they move going forward. But as for now, I think unless a better offer comes along, I think John Herdman wants to take this core of this team and coach them at a World Cup in Canada.
Definitely a lot of lessons learned for John Herdman and his team, but still an incredible run up until the World Cup. You can find all of Derek's World Cup coverage at Postmedia and on Twitter at Derek Van Diest.